others. But the only reason that David's asked me to say something is because we've been a client of David's for the past year. Now, our business, we've got two main businesses. We have a global side which deals with the suppliers to the electronics and the engineering industry, and the other side which is the recruitment agency. Now, David has helped us to develop both the website and the databases, but the two main areas that he's really helped us a lot on is on the recruitment side. It only took him about 6 months to get us from absolutely nowhere on the website or the internet up to the first page of both MSN and Google. And that was just by using all the different key phrases like, UK teaching jobs and things that we had no idea what to say. The other main thing that he did for us was on the internet marketing strategy, where once we actually got them to look at the website, it was converting them to actually registering on our website. In one of the weeks that we had just about 2 months ago, we had 40% of the people that looked on our website registered with our agency, which was a huge, we were absolutely delighted with it. So just to say, I've got absolutely no problem at all, no hesitation with recommending David. And if any of you want to ask me anything at the end, because as I say, we've been working with him for about a year, he's been absolutely fantastic. So I shall now hand you over to David.
Thank you very much indeed. It's very kind of you, Kathleen. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. As Kathleen said, I'm David Bain. So I'd like to start just by telling you a little bit about myself and why I'm standing here today. I've been involved with internet marketing for about 7 years or so. Set up several websites by myself. BuildYourOwnBusiness.biz is an example of one of them. I've completed an MBA. I've been an internet marketing consultant for a few years. So more recently, about a year ago, I set up a website, an internet marketing training company called Purple Internet Marketing. And from that, the seminar, 13 Pillars, the 13 Pillars of Internet Marketing, providing a good overview of internet marketing, covering search engine optimization, paid advertising, viral marketing, all forms of marketing effectively online. Okay, so what is internet marketing basically? Well, it's a mixture of 4 key things. The first is good website coding, good website design, increasing relevant visitors and maximizing conversion rates. So the whole presentation is really going to cover those 4 main aspects of internet marketing. Now, this presentation is really targeted at marketing professionals and entrepreneurs. It'll be handy for website designers, absolutely. It'll be handy for people that know the technical side of things. But it's really focused on marketing managers, marketing agencies, business owners and entrepreneurs to really maximize opportunities online. Now, in a way, I apologize that it's going to be performed at a fairly fast pace because there is an awful lot of information, but I'd like to give as much information as possible. You've got lots of great notes there, hopefully. Take as many notes as you can as well. But it is at a fairly fast pace, I'm afraid. It contains completely essential information. All of it really is essential to go over and introduce at some point over the 6 months, hopefully, as part of your internet marketing strategy yourselves. I also give lots of ideas and examples and try and make it specific to lots of different industries. Okay, one of the examples I give is Freddie Faldo, a golf shop owner. Another one is Jane Jobs, who runs a sales executive recruitment company. So I've tried to give 2 different examples throughout the presentation. Okay, before we begin, I'd like to provide a little bit of an overview of the 13 pillars of internet marketing, just to let you know what you're getting yourselves in for. Best web design practice. I'm going to let you know about simple coding that you need to know for your website. How to appeal to search engines, how to improve your search engine visitor click-through rate, and how to structure your navigation links. Now, I'm going to get just very slightly technical. Again, apologize slightly for the people that aren't technically literate, but on the other hand, if you're a marketing manager, if you deal with marketing for your company, then you really need to know about marketing on the internet. Hence, you just need to know the basics of website coding so you can move your company marketing strategy forward online. going to let you know about keyword phrases, what keyword phrases are. I'm sure a lot of you have actually heard of them, but we're going to talk about how to research your keywords, where to position your keywords in the different parts of the coding on the website. And we're also going to let you brainstorm 10 top keyword phrases for your business. We're going to talk about blogs, what a blog is and why it matters to your business, how to set up your own blog. I'm going to talk about the different options available for you and why a blog is actually so much better than a normal website and why it doesn't necessarily have to be different from a normal website. We're going to talk about mailing lists, why a double opt-in email list has to be an essential part of your internet marketing strategy, and how to significantly improve your inquiry to purchase percentage. Internet marketing is not just about getting hundreds of unique visitors to your site. It's about getting lots of decent, relevant, unique visitors to your site and maximizing the conversion rate. We're going to talk about paid advertising, how to determine whether or not your advertising campaign is worth it before you start, and why you shouldn't use certain types of paid advertising. I'm going to tell you the pros and cons of certain types of paid advertising. We're going to cover online press releases. Now, I know there's quite a few marketing professionals here, PR professionals here, but how to maximize your online press releases, where to publish your online press releases, essential for marketing people and business owners. We're going to talk about link building, where to build links to your site, why continuous, relevant link building is essential, and how to get someone to link to your site. Article promotion tips, how to publish your own articles in top-ranked websites for free. An excellent way of starting to get links to your website initially. Start to build up your website as being really search engine friendly. How to quickly become well respected as an industry expert in your chosen field. And which two sites are essential when it comes to publishing your articles. You don't want to be publishing your articles just to everywhere online and wasting your own time. You want to be working as efficiently as possible, obviously. There's just so much in terms of internet marketing that you can actually do. Your industry forums. We're going to talk about where to find your industry forums. How to establish a reputation as a figure of authority in your industry forums. These are areas, websites that you can actually go to communicate with people in your field, and how to actually develop yourself as a reputation as being a real professional in your field on a worldwide basis. Viral marketing, very much an in phrase, but we're going to talk about what it is exactly and how it works. Examples of highly effective viral marketing campaigns. Now, again, giving you an opportunity to brainstorm for your own businesses, to go away with 10 effective viral marketing ideas that you can actually go away and implement into your own businesses. Adding regular new content, an essential part, again, of telling search engines that your website is actually up to date. You're regularly adding new content to your website. When you're doing this, you're saying to Google, yes, I'm completely up to date with what I'm doing. How and where to outsource the writing of your website content. I'm also going to show you specific websites that you can actually go to get other people for a very decent rate to actually write your own content for your website, so you don't necessarily spend lots of time doing things that it's not worthwhile you doing as a marketeer. Analyzing visitor trends. Why you need to know about your metrics. How to get great information about your visitors for free, and how to amend your internet marketing strategy after analyzing your statistics. Analysis of your visitors is an essential part of going back and amending your internet marketing campaign and becoming more efficient at converting your visitors. We're also going to talk about future trends of the internet, what the current hot topics are, and what the likely direction of internet marketing will be in the future. Okay, I'm going to finish with a 5-step action plan. There's going to be a lot of information, as I said. I'd like you to go away with 5 specific steps that you can actually do over the next few weeks to actually get your own internet marketing strategy really started. Okay, everyone ready to get started with the 13 pillars of internet marketing? Pillar 1, website design. Website design, an essential initial part of internet marketing. I'm going to have a look at behind-the-scenes coding, on-site optimization, precise relevance of each page, and conversion rates. Okay, let's have a look at behind-the-scenes coding. Now, it has to be as efficient as possible. I don't want to get too much into the technical nature of the coding here, but it simply means that if someone uses a piece of software like Dreamweaver, if anyone's heard of it, to create your website, what it can do is spit out too much duplication of code, and that can actually slow the process of your web page opening up on different web browsers. Now, you just have to ask your coder the question, have you ensured that my website coding is as efficient as possible? No duplication of code, ordered correctly for search engines. Now, for on-site optimization, there are 6 essential aspects that I'd like to go through. First of all, page title. Now, I'm going to show an example of one of the websites that I actually own myself, just as an example. And that's a website called buildyourownbusiness.biz. Now, the page title is the very top part of the page there in the blue bar. You've probably noticed it in a few different websites. Now, this particular page title, so it's the brand, then it's free business articles and management advice. The page title, an essential part of where you actually have your own keyword phrases yourself. One of my important keyword phrases is business articles. So that's why business articles is actually within the page title. Number 2, something called a meta description. Now, that's an essential part of people clicking through to your website after finding you in search engines. I'll show you in a second where the meta description is actually displayed in search engines, but if you go into a web page and you right-click on your mouse button and click in the option called View Source, then you get a page up something like this. Now, near the very top is something called the meta description there. Now, that's getting into coding a little bit too much, so I don't want to cover too technical stuff, as I'm saying, but if you type in business articles into Google, you'll find that that particular website, buildyourownbusiness.biz, is #1 for the phrase business articles. Now, the reason it is that is because it's got business articles in the title and business articles in a few other places, and a few other reasons that I'll get into in a second. But if you have a look at the meta description that I was talking about, that's listed here. So that really helps in the click-through rate. If you have a high click-through rate on search engines, that's something that search engines will actually use to determine that your website is extremely relevant for that phrase and will be more likely to rank you higher for that in the future. Okay, number 3, heading tags. Heading tags are actually what's behind this heading here, latest business articles. Again, view source, and you'll be able to see the heading tags behind the heading, but this is what the heading tags actually look like. All it is a H1/H1, either side of the heading. Makes a massive difference by incorporating your keywords within heading tags. Whichever phrases are what your pages are about, that's a key area for increasing your appearance in search engines. Taking us on to the 4th area, alt and title tags. Now, alt and title tags are something that appear behind links and images. They are short for alternative tags and were used initially when search engines, rather browsers actually, struggled to actually display images sometimes depending on your connection speed. So what they used to do was actually display these phrases instead of the pictures themselves. But it's a great way, again, of telling search engines what your page is about. So what I've got here in this particular image at the top is if you hold your mouse over it, you'll see the word business articles. Now, this is telling search engines, again, that's what the page is about. It really must be about that, so we're more likely to actually rank the page higher. You'll have the author alt tag behind this image here as well. Now, this is the worst slide I've got in terms of being technical. It might be absolutely horrific to some people, but please just bear for a second and just have a look at what it's about. This is basically the coding behind an image on the website. And what it's telling you is this is the link for the image, so it's linking to the home page of the website. This is actually the location of the image, so that's the image file itself. But these are the two important things here that I'm talking about. Business articles logo, business articles logo. These alt and title tags will actually display these alternative pieces of text if the image for some reason doesn't display, but it also tells search engines what the page is about. An excellent piece for search engine optimization. Okay, number 5, keyword-rich navigation. Okay, keyword-rich navigation. Now, you've probably seen quite a few different websites that actually have keyword navigation at the bottom of the websites without actually really knowing what it was. If you see at the bottom of different websites, there's, for example, this website, obviously, it's got business articles, business administration articles, change management articles. They're all text links to different pages on the website. Now, what this is telling search engines is that's what these pages are about. So optimizing web pages is all about on-site optimization, on-page optimization, getting the page itself as efficient as possible, and also getting the links into that page as efficient as possible. So if you've got links into a page called Change Management Articles, saying Change Management Articles, that's again you saying to search engines, that's definitively what that page is about. Okay, so going on to that page, that's the title, Change Management Articles. Again, it's got that in the heading, and it's got that in other parts of the page. On-site optimization is also about good URL format. Now, your URL is your website address. Your website address is your domain name, whatever it might be, buildyourownbusiness.biz, but your URL is your page name for every single page. So, for example, that particular page would have been buildyourownbusiness.biz/change management articles. That's the most efficient structure of a URL format without introducing lots of other code into the URL and confusing search engines as to what that page might actually be about. Okay, also precise, relevant of each page. You need to have one specific topic per page. Imagine if you have lots of different topics unrelated in one page. It's very difficult for search engines to actually decipher what that page is really about. So try and be very specific in terms of subject matter, what is contained in each page. It must have a logical progression both for search engines and users. Often more is less. You can have anything between maybe 200 and 800 words on a page. You can have slightly more if you want, but keep it all pertinent to a particular subject. And one call to action. This is very relevant for your readers, not for search engines. This will significantly improve your conversion rates. If you've got one end goal that you want your consumers to go through when viewing a web page, then the likelihood is they certainly are going to do that. Okay, conversion rates. What's your goal per visitor? How do you measure your goals? Make sure you capture people's contact details. Even if it's just a name and an email address, you can get back to them personally in the future. Remember, if someone visits your website but you don't capture their details, you have no real way of getting back in touch with them in the future. You've lost them potentially as a good contact in the future for your business. Remember to test different page copy as well. There's a very conventional marketing viewpoint, but Internet marketing has a lot of the same principles as conventional marketing. Okay, so that's pillar one, website design. We've had a look at behind-the-scenes coding, on-site optimization, getting that really right, the precise relevance of every single page, and conversion rates. That's an essential starting point of your internet marketing strategy. Now let's move on to pillar two, which is keyword research. Now, keywords are the phrases that you want people to type into search engines to find your website. Now, the big myth about keyword phrases is that what you want to do is actually appear on the top of the search engine for one word phrase. So there's thousands of unique people potentially going to find your website from that. Well, first of all, the chances are you're not going to be able to achieve that because there are just literally millions of websites trying to do that for that one keyword. For instance, that website of mine, buildyourownbusiness.biz, if I tried to get it #1 in Google for the phrase business, I would realistically would never achieve that. But I've also got to think about conversion rates. Are people really wanting business articles, or are they just wanting to research about business, starting their own business? It might not be relevant for them. What people tend to do when they actually conduct searches on Google, on other search engines, is they'll put in one word to begin with, but they'll actually carry on. They'll put in 2-word, 3-word, be very specific. And only when they're very specific about the keyword phrases that they type into search engines is when you get the conversion rates. And those are the kind of phrases that you should really look at and maximize the opportunities with. You're focusing on your competitors rather than your own business model. It's vanity by actually trying to get your website up there for one word. It's all about conversion rates. Long keyword phrases convert best because people are narrowing their search to find exactly what they're looking for. Okay, when researching keyword phrases, what you should do first of all is brainstorm keyword categories. That is to say, there are certain segments that you can split your business up into. You need to enter these keyword categories into a website called WordTracker. That's the website address for WordTracker, freekeywords.wordtracker.com. There's a paid version for this, but this is a free version, an excellent tool for researching keyword phrases for your business. Okay, now let's have a look at Freddie Faldo, the golf shop owner, for keyword categories for his business. So first of all, what Freddie would do is he'd type golf into this WordTracker tool. And he'd get all these results here. He'd find out that people searched for golf nearly 9,000 times a month, approximately, on the internet. But people search for golf clubs, golf carts, golf equipment. Now from this would be his keyword categories, where he would get his keyword phrases from. From this, Freddie would like the look of golf clubs. Well, there's over 3,000 people a month search for golf clubs. So let's have a look at golf clubs. I can actually click on that link, golf clubs, and then you can see all the phrases that also incorporate the phrase golf clubs. You've got used golf clubs, discount golf clubs, ping golf clubs, all the different brand names. Now these are the keyword phrases that are brilliant to actually target individual pages for on your website. Jane Jobs, sales executive recruitment company. Let's look at her keyword categories. Well, she'd start by typing in something like sales jobs. Again, something like sales or just jobs would probably be a little bit too generic, not specific enough for her industry. So, sales jobs. She would get medical sales jobs, Oklahoma outside sales jobs, wine sales jobs. There are lots of different types of sales jobs. And these, again, are the keyword categories that Jane should use as a basis for designing her own individual web pages on her site. Okay, keyword phrases. So from medical sales jobs, she'd get medical equipment sales jobs, medical device sales jobs. Now what Jane should ideally be looking to do is every week add one page to her website based on these keyword phrases. So medical devices sales jobs. She could write simply a 400-word page about how people would go about getting a medical devices sales jobs. Having that as the title and incorporating that within the page and linking to that page with that keyword phrase. There's not going to be so much competitors going for that specific keyword phrase, but if every single month she gets 31 visitors from that keyword phrase, it's extremely worthwhile doing, and she's much more likely to be able to attract specific visitors, getting a high conversion rate, and also appear at the top of search engines. Okay, now what I'd like to do is give you an opportunity now to brainstorm 10 keyword categories for your business. What I'd like you to do is actually to get into 2s or 3s, if that's okay. Discuss it between yourselves. Give you 5 minutes to do this. Pick 10 keyword phrases from each keyword phrase category. That's what you should do. Add 1 new page a week to your site. This is what you should do after you actually go away with the results. Some examples here again. This is what Jane Jobs would actually be able to do. She'd come up with keyword phrases: medical sales jobs, sales recruitment, sales and marketing jobs, sales jobs, agency, sales management jobs. So I'd like you to come up with 10 keyword categories really relevant for your business. Brainstorm with colleagues next to you. And the first group of 2 people that can come up with this gets £10 each. How's that for an incentive? Okay, you have 5 minutes to come up with your keyword categories for your business. So you go for it. Okay, we've got 2 ladies here that stormed ahead and chose and got 10 great keyword categories for their business. Sorry, who do we have here again?
Yvonne.
Yvonne, where are you from? Sorry, Yvonne.
The BLCC in Dunfermline.
Okay, would you like to tell us your keyword categories to make sure that you deserve your prize, Yvonne?
Okay, we've got Project Management Training Scotland, Conference Venue Scotland UK, Training Venue Scotland, Management Training Scotland, Programme Management Training Scotland, Conference Facilities, Personal Development Training, Party Nights Scotland. Is that 10?
Short courses.
Short courses.
Oh, that's great. I think you've got a lot more than 10 actually written down there. Is that now, okay, so who do we have here? Tracy.
Tracy.
Yes, Tracy from the BLCC as well. Okay. Okay, so I've got. Oh, so you're cheating. You're from the same company. Yes, so it's easier for you to come up with things.
Well, we did it as a group.
No, that's great. That's great. Yes. Okay, so have you got some different things written down there as well? Yes. Oh, do they deserve the prize, everyone? Is it?
Well, you did say brainstorm.
I think I'll have to go with that, yes. But okay, excellent stuff. Thank you for doing that. Now, I hope that's given you some great ideas for your business there. The only thing that I would say is you've got Scotland, you've got a country in your keyword phrases quite a bit there. What you don't necessarily want to do is incorporate that within all of your keyword phrases. There are some great local searches now from Google and Yahoo, and it's searching is going even more that way, so you don't necessarily have to have Scotland, UK, Edinburgh within your keyword phrases. You can actually incorporate your address within your website anywhere, and search engines will pick that up and actually realise your local website and rank you accordingly, so you don't necessarily have to do that. But they're great keyword category phrases to get started with. Okay, so that's keyword phrase positioning. You actually need to think about your page title, have your keyword phrase in there, have your keyword phrase in your heading, remember the heading tags, the content within your page, links to that page. So links from other websites to that page, and also within your own website to that page. So that's a summary of Pillar 2 for you, keyword research. Brainstorm your keyword categories yourself. Go for the long tail. That is, go for keyword phrases that are at least 3 words long. You will be much more likely to actually get that up quickly, and you'll convert better. Go for extremely specific phrases. Okay, which takes us on to Pillar 3, blog technology. So I'd like to cover what is a blog platforms, blog pinging, and RSS feeds. Okay, so what is a blog? A blog is a user-generated website where entries are made in journal style and displayed in a reverse chronological order. Blog is short for weblog. So how useful is a blog? A blog is the easiest way to create fresh, new information in your site. Search engines, remember, rank you higher if your website continually offers new, relevant, great new information. Popular blogging platforms, that is blogging software that you can actually use. One is Blogger, which is hosted elsewhere, and one is WordPress, where you can either actually get a blog on their website or install the software on your own server on your own website. That's Blogger. That's actually owned by Google. It's a great way to actually go and test blogging for the first time and see what blogging can do for you. And that's WordPress. WordPress.org is their website address. That is probably the best piece of open source blogging technology available. Open source, free, you can actually download it, you can amend the code. Your website designer has access to the code and can change any aspects of it to actually relate specifically to your brand. Okay, WordPress themes. You can easily personalize a WordPress blog by using a pre-designed theme. There are thousands of people out there who have actually designed themes already that you can actually use with WordPress completely free of charge. That's an example of a theme. You go into the WordPress.org website, search for themes, download it onto your website. It's fairly simple. You don't have to be a really technical coder to actually pull this one off. That's an example of a theme. That's the theme Almost Spring. The blog is there towards the left-hand side. And it's also incorporated into the sidebars, you know, but the theme, again, looks completely different to lots of other blogs. You can get something and completely personalize it to your own needs. You can get a theme that you like and adapt it maybe slightly to your own needs. A blog is an excellent content management tool. Now what this means is if you use WordPress, you can get a great content management system just by using it. You can use WordPress to update your own pages without actually having to know the coding behind it. That, for example, is the back office of Purple Internet Marketing. It's the WordPress blog. All you do is you change the page title, change the content of the page, very much an editor just like Microsoft Word. You can upload different files onto the page, different images, and simply press publish. Decide what categories to actually have everything in. So it's a great content management system, completely free of charge. Now you can also get something called WordPress plugins. Plugins are small software programs designed by independent coders that add functionality to a WordPress blog. What this means is there are lots of little programs that you can actually add onto your WordPress theme to really personalize it. Again, these are pieces of code already designed by people and completely free of charge to use. So here's a selection of different plugins available. You might be able to see administration, business and monetizing, design, layout, links, odds and ends, posts. There are lots of different plugin categories. Really worthwhile having a look at that, having a think about how you actually want to personalize your blog. Blog pinging. Now, pinging is the automated process that lets a website or a number of websites know when a blogger has published a new post. This is a superb part of blog technology when you're talking about internet marketing. As you see here, there are a list of update services in the back office of my WordPress blog. Now I simply type in what website I want to tell as soon as I publish a new post on the website, and that could be 100 different websites, and your new post will suddenly be published on 100 different websites. A fantastic way of automatically marketing your blog posts. Now, it's important to also incorporate something called RSS feeds into your blog. Now, RSS feeds are technology that it actually stands for really simple syndication, and it allows you to see new posts when new posts have been added to a blog without actually having to visit it. Now, RSS feeds are basically a link on someone else's homepage directly to your site that's automatically updated with your latest headlines on it. Now, when this link is submitted to any site that supports the RSS standard, your latest posts are displayed. What it means is someone can subscribe to your updates. If you've got an RSS feed on your site, subscribe to our feeds, some people might call it, then what happens is people are aware as soon as you actually publish a new post on your blog. An essential part of marketing and actually having opt-in users to your latest updates. Now, one of the most popular RSS readers is actually something called Google Reader. There are lots of other versions about, but this is a good example to show you. Now, you can also get this in your mobile phone, as you see. But if someone subscribes to your RSS feed, this is something like what they'd get. They'd get a summary of your titles and sometimes a little bit of content of your latest blog post. Now, if it interests people, they'll click through, they'll develop a stronger relationship with your website, and they'll be more likely to actually purchase from you in the future. It's a great way of letting people opt in by themselves without actually having to give an email address and opt in via email updates. A lot of people are scared of actually giving their email address. Okay, so that's blog technology. What is a blog? We've covered different blog types. That's WordPress and Blogger. Blog pinging, how you automatically let lots of other websites made aware of the fact you've actually suddenly updated your website. And RSS feeds, that's letting people subscribe to updates from your site. Which takes us on to pillar 4, autoresponders. Okay, has anyone used an autoresponder? Does anyone know what an autoresponder is? Typically, not many people are aware of what autoresponders are, but most people have actually used one. Autoresponders aren't automated replies that you set up when you aren't able to read your email. That's what a lot of people actually often think what an autoresponder is. What autoresponders are anything delivered by email on an automated, premeditated, and often personalized basis. So what does that mean? Well, autoresponders can be newsletters, but they also can be email courses. They're also used to deliver e-products, free products, and build your own opt-in lists. An essential part of internet marketing. You can actually use design templates. No HTML, no coding knowledge is actually required. Newsletters can be preloaded into our autoresponder, and the great thing is they don't actually have to go out when you press submit. You can actually program when your newsletter is due to go out. If you want to send a newsletter every Monday morning, you can type up 7 and order them up so they actually go out over the next 7 weeks. Email courses can be free or paid for. You can actually have someone subscribe to email courses automatically from your website and deliver this content to people by email, completely automated, and actually receive money automatically by doing so. You might be able to build that into your own business structure. The course can deliver attachments with text or video. It doesn't have to be just emails. Fantastic thing is everyone will receive the course at a different time. If someone opts in on the 1st of May, then they might receive the first email a few days after that. However, if someone opts in on the 1st of June, they will receive their first email on perhaps the 2nd or 3rd of June, whenever you actually program it in, 2 or 3 days after they actually subscribe. But the great thing is everyone is receiving a different part of the course at a different time. Everyone doesn't actually have to follow the exact same time scale and subscribe initially at the initial point. You can actually give something away for free. For example, top 10 tips from your industry, and people will receive the free ebook by email if they opt in to your email list. This is one of my opt-in lists. Some of you might have seen this, some of you perhaps not. All people have to do is enter their name here, their email address here, and click Send Me My Free Report. They will actually receive a free report about 12 pages long on the top 10 search engine optimization mistakes. Now, to improve my conversion on this page, I've added my photo, and I've also actually put a little bit of audio that people can play as well. So at the moment, I'm getting something between 30 and 40% of people visiting that page, actually putting their name and email address and subscribing to this and adding themselves to the list. So that's a phenomenal opt-in list. The reason that I'm getting that kind of rate is basically, it's a very simple page. It's got one call to action. It's got the photo there. It's got proof who it's about, and it's got a little bit of audio there as well that you can put on your page. Now, what people also get, once they actually click Send Me My Free Report on my site, is they go to this page, and it tells them what's going to happen next. What's going to happen next is you're going to get an email, and it's going to look like this. I walk people through the process. I could quite easily just go back to my site instead of putting people onto this page, but I'd rather step people through the process and say, you've got to confirm. That's what a double opt-in is. It means they've got to put their name and email address on the page and press submit, but they've also got to confirm when they actually receive the email that they do actually want to receive the free report or subscribe to your email address. If they double opt-in, this will ensure that you've got very little chance of actually sending out spam yourself. You're only actually emailing people that want to be emailed. Okay, successful email delivery. Servers need to be trusted. This basically means that you should consider outsourcing your autoresponder. If you've got an email list that you want to contact on a regular basis, it's going to take a while for search engines to actually trust your domain. If you outsource this job to someone else, then that domain will be trusted, I'm afraid, a lot more than your domain. Email addresses need to be trusted. Third-party autoresponders have arrangements in place with email providers to appear as a trusted domain. 99% of emails are delivered. Your email is very likely not to go into a spam folder. Now, Aweber, that's aweber.com, is one of the most trusted third-party autoresponders, and I'd certainly highly recommend it. I use them myself at the moment. Okay, that's the Aweber website. Now, go to it yourself, just have a look at their site. Their service actually costs $19.95 per month, so it's worthwhile experimenting with that. That's an example of an email that I'm sending out to my list. What you can actually do is personalize each email by going, hi, name. That'll automatically insert the person's name into the email that goes out. Now, it's great to actually personalize the emails, make it a little bit more personable as opposed to formal when you're actually communicating with your email list. You'll build up a relationship with people much quicker. Now, the autoresponder funnel is an important process to bear in mind, and that is, first of all, give people an incentive to join your list. Give them some free information. Give them a free report. Give them perhaps a free piece of software, depending what business you're in. But have a think about what you can actually give people for free. Number 2, relationship build. You need to actually demonstrate that you're an authority in your field to the person that has subscribed to your list. If you do that, then they'll be much more likely to buy from you in the future. You've probably heard that it takes an average something like 7 contacts before you can actually convert a new contact into a sale in your business. If you can automate this process, you're actually making the whole process a lot easier for yourself. Try making a minor sale first of all. It's much easier to actually make a minor sale for a few pounds, perhaps to actually sell a report or an initial discount consultancy fee first of all. Then make a personal contact before making a major sale. It'll be part of the relationship building process. Okay, let's have a look at Freddie's funnel. What does Freddie do who owns a golf shop? Well, a great example here, and this is something that some people could do in their businesses, something like this. He might have a bunch of old golf magazines. Well, what he could do, he could actually sell these old golf magazines on eBay, on his local eBay site. Now, the great thing is, he's probably not making any money from that. He's maybe selling them for 99 pence a copy or even less. But what's he doing? He's building a list. Did you know that when you use eBay, you can actually email all the people that have actually bought something from you? So if he builds a list from 1,000 old magazines that he's got around his house. That's 1,000 people that he could potentially sell golf clubs to at any point in the future. Let's have a look at Jane's funnel. Now, Jane has chosen to offer a free report on how to recruit the perfect sales executive. That's for her clients, but she's also built a relationship, a strategic alliance with an online psychometric analysis tool to recruit candidates. That's two different ways to attract candidates and clients in the future. Now, that's pillar 4, autoresponders. Remember, autoresponders remove the reliance on search engines and other forms of advertising by letting you collect visitors' data and market to them at any point in the future. Don't rely on Google, don't rely on Yahoo, don't rely on the search engines. Make hay while the sun shines. It's great to actually build all that website traffic, but what you need to do is build a list of your unique visitors so that if for any reason search engines choose to rank you further down in the future, you've got a list of clients that you can actually market to on a regular basis, build up relationships with people. It doesn't matter if you don't actually sell to them until a year, 2 years down the line. The important thing is it doesn't cost anything to actually keep that relationship going because you're communicating with your list anyway. Which brings us on to pillar 5, paid advertising. Okay, paid advertising, there's lots of different ways you can market your website online by actually paying for resources, but what I'd like to cover is directory listings, product or site sponsorship, text link purchasing, and pay-per-click advertising. Now, these are probably the top 4 global directories that you should seriously consider getting your businesses in. One is Yahoo, one is business.com, one is bestoftheweb.org, and one is the Open Directory Project. Now, the bottom one's free, but a lot harder to get into. The top 3, as long as you're a professional-looking website, you should be able to get into it. And if you provide an existing service that is doing well for you, then it is worthwhile that investment. Okay, product or site sponsorship. You can actually sponsor other sites in a similar segment. You can sponsor newsletters. You can sponsor forums. You can actually sponsor software. You can have your links, your brand image within software products, within WordPress themes. Now, here's an example of some marketing that I've actually done myself. That's a WordPress theme, a free WordPress theme. Remember talking about blogs that people can actually download and use on their website. Well, at the very bottom of this WordPress theme, if we have a look, I've got the keyword phrase, internet marketing training. That happens to link to purpleinternetmarketing.com. That's one of the great ways that you can actually build up quick, high rankings in search engines. Text link purchasing. Now, this is a little bit of a grey area. Search engines frowned on it. The important thing is only buy industry-relevant links. Don't buy links from websites that don't have anything to do with your business. Freddie, the golf shop owner, wouldn't buy a link, obviously, from a sales recruitment website. Sales recruitment website shouldn't buy links from anything that's not to do with their business. There are so many websites out there. If you only have links from pertinent websites pointing to your website, that's demonstrating to your search engines why your website's really, really relevant in its field. There are a couple of websites that are recommended to actually buy text links from. They're textlinkbrokers.com and textlinkads.com. This is TextLink Ads. Now, worthwhile experimenting with, absolutely, but do it as part of an existing internet marketing strategy. Because it's a grey area, you don't want search engines to think that that's all you do to actually increase your links to your website. You can't buy your way to the top of search engines and expect to stay there. So you've got to do a combination of the different internet marketing strategies that I talk about as well as this. But if you want to experiment with this, do so, but only do so after you actually start another different form of internet marketing. Okay, that's TextLink Ads. Now, what you'd do is you'd browse the different categories. There are hundreds, perhaps thousands of different categories of websites on textlinkads.com. Now, you can have a look at link popularity of the websites that you could actually get your link on. And you can see the cost. Cost for this particular website is $25 a month. As I said, certainly worthwhile experimenting with. Get a couple of links, see how it does as part of your overall strategy. Here are some tips for buying text links. Vary your keyword phrase. Now, you can actually over-optimize your site. Now, the way you'd over-optimize your site is having every single link to your page saying the exact same keyword phrase. Now, if you're controlling the keyword phrases, the links that come into your website, my suggestion is to have less than half of your keyword phrases to be the keyword phrase that you're actually optimizing your site for. For example, my site, Build Your Own Business. Less than half of the links that link to that site is saying business articles, but I'm still #1 on Google for the phrase business articles. I'll get management articles, management advice, business advice, lots of different keyword phrases also linking to that homepage. If it's just one keyword phrase, then it's looking too artificial to search engines, and search engines could potentially negatively rank you for doing so. Target traffic as well as SEO. What that means is you should target traffic from actual visitors as well as search engine optimization. You just don't want to buy a link at the bottom of a website that no one's going to click on at all. You want to ideally incorporate your link within the content of a page and get real good users from that actual link. Then search engines are again less likely to actually rank you negatively for buying links. One link per site. Don't buy links across the whole website. For example, if I was buying links on another website, I'd try and buy a link ideally on their homepage or another prominent page within that website. What I don't want is my link to appear on every single page within that site. Again, it's a slight red flag for search engines. Could be just buying links for the sake of it. Vary quality of sites where you buy links. Again, this is talking about not looking too artificial. What you don't want is to buy links on lots of high-ranked websites. You want to vary the quantity and type of traffic that you're going to get from different pages. So vary the quality and newness of websites that you actually purchase links on if you're going to do that. Again, make it a small part of your internet marketing strategy overall. Okay, let's talk about pay-per-click advertising. Now, there are three main players in this market: Google AdWords, Yahoo Search Marketing, and MSN Ad Center. Now, by far the most popular at the moment is Google AdWords. Certainly, if you're new to doing this, if you'd like to experiment with it, that's the one to go for to begin with, Google AdWords. Google AdWords is the most popular, it's easy to use, it's the best place to start. adwords.google.com is the website address that you need to go to. Okay, so that's the Google AdWords website. Now, you'll have two options, a starter edition or a standard edition. If you're not sure what you're doing, obviously choose the starter edition. All they're going to ask for is information like your location, your website address, your keywords. Remember, you've already researched your keyword phrases using the word tracker tool. Google have also got a good keyword tool that you can actually use and research further here. Choose your currency. Set your budget. Now, you can actually set a budget per day and also a budget of maximum per click. Now, it's different for each for industries. Some industries you can get lots of good traffic for 10 cents per visitor. Other industries, it might be $5 per visitor you have to pay if you're in financial industries. It all depends on your industry, but also depends on the value that you can actually get from people visiting your website. So that's where testing comes into it. It's essential that you try and convert, get everyone to actually leave their name and email address so you can market to them in the future, so you increase your value of your visitors. That's where your advert will appear using Google AdWords, either at the top here, if you're paying a lot per click, or perhaps somewhere near the bottom here, if you're not paying so much per click. So have a look at how much you're willing to pay. Test different amounts. If you're actually willing to pay maybe $1 plus per click, you might appear up here. You might get better conversion rates up there. It might be worth your while. It should be a part of your testing, part of your marketing campaign. Okay, analyze your ad success. Analyze the number of clicks and impressions. Impressions are the number of time your ad is actually displayed. Google AdWords will actually give you this information, very easy to find. Have a look at your click-through rate. Have a look at your ad position. Have a look at the cost of the campaign. That's the cost of per click, per day, and also, obviously, you're probably going to set a budget per month. Do a little bit of a test to begin with, but come back to it and hopefully maximize your success. Make sure, obviously, your campaign's a profit. Make sure you actually draw a line under it to begin with. Say that you actually stop after $100 and do specific tests. Maybe do it over a few days. Test it over a weekend, test it over a few days. See what days have best conversion rates for your particular business. You can actually set your advertising campaign to come on at a certain time of day, or to actually run throughout the day on a 24-hour basis. It might have different conversion rates, have a different impact in your business. You need to ensure that it's as successful as possible for your business. Okay, that's pillar 5, paid advertising. So that's just covered directory listings. If you're serious about marketing your website online, get listed in yahoo.com, get listed in business.com, get listed in the Open Directory project. Okay? Text link purchasing. Text link ads and text brokers. They're great websites to actually start off with. Do one text link ad to begin with. Try and actually see where you lie to begin with in search engines. Maybe do it for a couple of months and see where you lie after. But actually incorporate as part of an existing internet marketing strategy. Don't just do that. And pay-per-click advertising. Pay-per-click advertising is the best way to build up a quick amount of traffic to your website. For instance, if you're doing some kind of launch, some kind of product launch in a couple of months' time, pay-per-click advertising will get you thousands of unique visitors that you can suddenly market your product launch to. So it's horses for courses. It depends on what your business model actually calls for. Which brings us to pillar 6, press releases. Okay, press releases. Now, I'm largely talking about online press releases here. Now, online press releases should bring in potential customers from your local market, but also increase your worldwide industry presence. You need to be a player in your global market as well as your local market when it comes to search engine optimization, and press releases will actually help you do that. Your press release should create controversy, make people feel important, appeal to a specific market segment, and contain a link back to your website. That's the important part, obviously, in terms of appealing to search engines. Now, a lot of this is very conventional in terms of marketing approach, so that's why I don't want to cover too much of that, but a great place to publish your website online, prweb.com. Just out of interest, how many people have heard of or have used prweb.com? Wow, okay. PRWeb is the biggest company online in terms of actually promoting your press release to thousands of different media outlets online. That's the prweb.com website. Really worthwhile having a look into. Now, there are 3 different visibility packages that you can actually choose from. Initially, it's actually free to upload your press release, but if you want to appear on things like Google News, then you can do so for $80 with the basic visibility package. If you've got a decent press release that will appear to appeal to a global market, it's really worthwhile trialing this. Now, the basic package, gives you visibility in Google News, in Yahoo News. It'll also actually give you RSS group feeds, which means that people subscribe to certain groups. If you're actually broadcasting your press release to certain market segments, then you will target an audience that subscribe to RSS feeds from prweb.com. You can choose 5 industry targets. So if you've got certain segments that you're aiming for, tick that box and you can focus your press release on those industry targets. Now, prweb.com, for the basic package, really worthwhile going for this one. Remember to include your website address at the bottom of your press release with http:// at the beginning of your website address. That will actually make sure that your website address is live at the bottom of your article, and your link will be counted in terms of search engine optimization. So that's an imperative part of submitting your press release online to sites like prweb.com. Where else to publish your release? There's another great site in the UK called sourcewire.com. Great for businesses and high-tech journalists. Really worthwhile experimenting with that. This one costs £40 for your release. I'd also like to tell you about another one as well that's not on the slides. It's actually called Pressbox. .co.uk. That's pressbox.co.uk. It's a free release tool. Some people have a lot of success from that. You know, it's a great site in the UK to submit press releases to. Completely free to do so. Another outlet, All Media Scotland. Now, sorry, is Mike here? Mike, that's that's Mike from one of the founders of All Media Scotland. Now, the great thing about All Media Scotland is it costs £100, but you can actually submit limitless press releases over the years. That's correct, isn't it, Mike? Yes. And I've done a press release recently through All Media Scotland and been picked up by Google News certainly as well. So really worthwhile considering that, certainly if you're appealing to the industry in Scotland. So that's the allmediascotland.com website. So you just need to log in there with your username and password to do so. Successful local promotion. You can't necessarily rely on the web for good local promotion. Sometimes when it comes to press releases, personal relationships are always going to be king. If you've got personal contact within a newspaper, within your magazine, do that. It's important to do your research, you know. I'm sure a lot of you do so, you know, but can build up your own personal list of press contacts. Research industry magazines that are pertinent for your business. At the bottom of different articles, you'll see email addresses of contacts. You'll see names of people that actually write for the magazine on a regular basis. Get to know them. The next best, a local PR firm, you know. PR firms, you know, argue that's not next best at all. It's the number one option, of course. But it's a really good option for local contacts. You know, these kind of people have been in the industry for years, you know, so they'll have the right contacts to promote your business. Okay, that's press releases. What you need to do is trial submitting your press releases to prweb.com. That's where your global press releases should actually be targeted at. Use sourcewire.com, £40 for each individual one. Use pressbox.co.uk. Free, or you can actually also pay for paid reviews of your press releases there. All Media Scotland. Use a local PR firm or use an industry-related media contact. So we'd like to get cracking on with link building. That's pillar number 7. Linking is the lifeblood of the internet. If you have no links coming into your website, then you're not going to get any ranking from search engines. A link to your website from another is like a vote from that website for your website. Where to build links? Well, we've already covered general directories. There are also industry-specific directories as well. Local directories and related sites. So let's go over where to build links. Well, general directories, obviously we've got these 4. You've got yahoo.com, business.com, best of the web and the open directory. Try and get your links on all of these 4 websites. Industry directories. Now there are tens, if not more, of industry-related directories where you can list your website for free. Now some of them might require a reciprocal link. That's not a problem, as long as if their website's relevant to your readers. Okay, let's have a look at Freddie Faldo and his golf directories that he can actually list his golf club shop. Just by searching for golf directory in Google, this is one of the top websites I came up with. So you can search for your industry directory and you can get lots of websites where you can get links to your site from. So what you do here is you'd have a look at the section golf equipment and accessories and fill in his title, his website link, fill in his name and email address, submit. It's a free link as long as if he doesn't mind waiting for 3 weeks. Shouldn't be an issue at all. Certainly isn't an issue as long as if you build it into your internet marketing strategy and do something every week. Jane Jobs, sales executive recruitment company. Recruitment directories. There are thousands of recruitment directories out there. There are tens of recruitment directories that are specific to her industry sector. Sales work. Useful links, sales recruitment agencies. If you're not actually researching directories that are specific to your industry, you're missing out on very easy link building opportunities. Just once a week, make a note of contacting people. It can be anything from 1 to 10 people a week. Needn't take any more than half an hour to do so. But if you make sure that you do something every single week, your website will organically grow and sooner or later you'll actually appear at the top of Google search engines for the keyword phrases that you're looking for. Okay, again, sales work here. Type in your name, email address, company URL. You can actually have your banner up there as well. It's all free. This one requires a reciprocal link. That shouldn't be a problem because, again, it's very relevant for Jane's Jobs website. Local directories. Now, have a look at Google Local. That's google.com/local/ad. A free local directory listing for Google. Now, one of the more popular ways, or increasingly more popular ways, of being found on Google is actually finding businesses for a specific postcode or via Google Maps. Now, you can get listed completely free of charge under your postcode, under your industry sector. You should be adding your businesses to Google Local. All you need to do is go to that page, google.com/local/ad to actually add your website. Again, Yahoo Local, very similar kind of thing for your business. Local.yahoo.com is the website address. Go to the section there. You need to list your website. Now, with the Google one, certainly what you need to do is actually register your details, and they'll actually send you hard copy out a PIN code where you actually have to log into your account and confirm that it is you, the person that's got the address. So they're confirming all the information is correct as well, so it's a really good, pertinent, up-to-date directory. But imperative to get your website into these free, excellent directories. Finding other directories, search for your keyword phrase and directory, or your keyword phrase and add URL or add site. That'll bring up pages that are specific to your industry, but also have add URL or add site on a specific page. It's actually bringing up pages that are actively looking for people to request links on their site. Other link opportunities. Now, university and college departments, they might have very specific services or courses that relate to your business service. If you offer to do something free for them, perhaps give a seminar on a particular topic or some kind of free gift to students, you can perhaps get a link on a university site. One thing Google and other search engines love is old domain names, and especially old domain names that are .ac.uk or .org, that indicate some kind of charitable or educational status. If you get a link from that kind of domain name, then Google will think, well, that link is actually linking to your business because your business is obviously very good, so I'll count that link double. So very important to get links from universities and colleges, libraries, Chamber of Commerce. Certainly for the Edinburgh Chamber of Commerce, I know if you do a special offer for Chamber members, then you can get a free link to your website and get listed in their services. Completely free of charge. Everyone should be doing it as a member of the Chamber, but only 2 or 3% of people probably are. Testimonials, an absolutely superb way to get links to your website. If you've ever bought a product online, or indeed a product off someone that has a website, give them a testimonial. Say your product's great because of X, give your website address and email them to say, look, I'm happy for you to use this testimony on your website. half of them will actually display your testimonial on their website with a free link back to your website that's one way and doesn't have to be reciprocal. So an excellent way to actually get links back to your website. Think about why people would want to link to you. Build links for traffic rather than search engine optimization, as long as if you're building links on websites that are relevant for your website, for your business, you will get good search engine optimization from the links. Ideally, half, slightly under a half should be for your keyword phrase. The rest of your links should be other associated keyword phrases, but build links for traffic rather than SEO. So you're trying to get people to your site. You're living on improving your traffic rather than just artificially increasing your rankings too quickly. Remember that one good link is better than 100 poor links. This means that if you get a link from a university department that's extremely relevant for your business, that's more than worthwhile. It's much more worthwhile than actually getting 100 links from websites that either are irrelevant or the links are completely in the wrong places, or perhaps they link to hundreds of other websites and no one will ever find your link. Okay, so what is the criteria of good links? Well, a website in the same field, a website that doesn't associate in a bad community. And what's a bad community? Well, it's basically a website that links to all kinds of websites, just lots of paid for links and maybe links to sites about casinos or just something completely irrelevant. You want links from websites that only link to websites in their associated field and your associated field. You want links that contain keyword phrases. Remember, not all links should contain just the same phrase. That'll over-optimize your search engine optimization. Now you need to think about web scoring systems. There are two key rankings of the quality of your website and your web pages. One is Google PageRank and one is called Alexa Rank. Now, Google PageRank is Google's indication of the worth of an individual page. It measures the value of each link into your site and then gives your web pages a score from 0 to 10. Now, you can get the PageRank from any website out there just by downloading the Google toolbar. You can have a look at google.com/technology if you want to have a look at a little bit more information about PageRank. Not essential. All you need to do is download the Google toolbar to view the PageRank for each page. That's toolbar.google.com. Now, if you have a look up at the top of this page, there's a little PageRank icon, and that's basically saying that this individual page has a PageRank of, that looks about 8 out of 10 to me, so it's a very significant page. So you can actually see your own PageRank, but also your competitors' PageRank, and your PageRank of potential link partners. Now, you should go for links from all kinds of PageRank websites. Of course, you're wanting links from high PageRank websites, but again, it may appear too artificial if you get all links just from PageRank 8 websites. You need to get links from PageRank 0, 1, 2, and right the way through as high as you can actually get them. Now, Alexa Rank measures how many visitors a website gets. Now, unlike Google PageRank, it measures the whole site and not just an individual page. And it ranks approximately the top 5 million websites, although it goes up to about 7 million or so on some occasions. Anyway, this is an example of Yahoo.com against Google.com against MSN.com. And it's interesting because you can see the traffic, how it increases through the years. Now, I assume people at the back can't see that page. Is that correct? Huh? Right? Okay. Okay, yeah, absolutely. I was going to ask that question. Which one's which? You know, it's really interesting. You know, Google going up there to peak, you know, just about a year ago or so, and just faltering slightly. And that's MSN in green, actually, which apparently is more popular now than Google or Yahoo. Yahoo's staying about the same. But you can do the same with your competitors. You know, have a look at your website compared with your competitors, and you can see where your traffic popularity in general was going. You can also do this with potential link partners. Have they built up steady traffic? Have they had a sudden surge in traffic? In other words, are they more likely to have used slightly dodgy marketing themselves to actually get a sudden surge? Or have they built up their website nice and slowly over time? Have they been around for a while? If they've been around for a while, it's more likely to be a domain that's more trusted and a link that's more valuable. So don't expect links from direct competitors. There are lots of links out there. It doesn't have to be a direct competitor. It probably won't be one. If you offer useful information on your website, then if you approach people in the right manner, lots of websites will link to you. So how do you get links? Well, look up the actual owner of the website's email address on a website called easywhois.com. And if you can't find a contact form on their website or an email address on their website, then you can actually go to this website and look up the owner of a domain name. For instance, if you look up 13pillars.com, you will find that the owner is actually registered email address is admin@purpleinternetmarketing.com. So that's a point of contact you'd go to if you actually wanted to get a link on your website from 13pillars.com. So if you can't find contact forms on websites, go to this excellent service and you can actually see the email address of people that you can actually request a link to your site from. It's not going to actually appear on all websites, but there's an awful lot of email addresses and it's a great place to get information like that. Okay, you should email them, compliment them on something specific about their existing site and explain why they may wish to link to you as well. They may have a section that specifically has links to your industry, that aims to provide a particular service or set of links for their industry. If you compliment them on what they're doing and say why you think you should be included, it's a very high likelihood that you can get your link on their site, but also get your link on their site without necessarily having to link back yourself. Okay, so getting links to your site isn't difficult, but it is hard work. You have to be persistent, you have to be professional, and you have to be consistent over time. Don't just go for a high page rank or Alexa ranking. Lots of places to get links from your site. You shouldn't have any problems with getting links on a continual basis to your site. You want to get links from general directories, industry directories, local directories, and related sites. And you want to do it on an ongoing basis. Which brings us to Pillar 8, article submission. Article submission is one of the most popular and effective ways of improving your industry respectability and increasing your backlinks, increasing your one-way links to your website. How to do it? Well, submit articles about your area of expertise. Create an author bio about you and your company that includes 2 or 3 links back to your site. So it's a biography about yourself, very small one, 2 or 3 lines at the end of every single article. Now, this is, again, getting back to coding very slightly, but this is just showing you how to actually code a link back to your site, an essential part of internet marketing. Now, this is an example of a small author bio that I could possibly use. David Baines, founder of the, this is the code here for linking the keyword phrase internet marketing training back to the website Purple Internet Marketing. Now note, I also include the website address at the bottom in this http:// format. So if there are certain websites out there that don't automatically convert this to being a link and see the code and decide not to give me a link here, then I might get a link here instead. So that's 2 ways of getting a link to your site from your author bio link format. This is what that author bio does look like when the code's converted. You see the link from Internet Marketing Training.
What you want is ideally 3 links from your author bio. You want a keyword to your homepage, Internet Marketing Training in this case, a keyword to an internal page. So I might also have a link to a page about internet marketing seminars, internet marketing one-to-one training, so not just the homepage, and also a non-HTML link to your homepage. That is, a link that isn't reliant on the HTML code. It's just a straight http:// link at the bottom of your author bio. So include all those 3 in your author bios. Article format. Try and get your articles 500 to 800 words approximately. A lot of people submit articles of 200 to 300 words that are hardly articles at all, just with aimed at getting links in the author bio back to their website. That's a very short-term approach. It's only going to get links from the article directories. The real reason you're actually submitting your article to different article directories is for you to get links from other websites, because article directories in general have free reprint rights, which means other websites can take
your article and use it on their website as long as they also contain your author bio. So if you've got published an excellent article, who knows how many 100 websites may publish that article in different places. You should have a summary, intro paragraph, and you should be very industry specific. Don't be general, no one will pick it up. If you're very industry specific, your relevant readers and your relevant websites in your field will pick it up. Top 10 or top 5 works really well. So if you do in the format of top 10 ways to do this, top 5 ways to do this, keep your paragraph short, be personal, not formal in your style. You'll much more likely have conversion rates by actually having people pick up your articles and use it on their websites. Freddie's article with a 5-step plan to buying your ideal set of golf clubs, something like that. Jane's article, the 10-step guide to finding your dream sales job. These kind of articles are the kind of articles that do get published on an ongoing basis and get author bios out there and get thousands of links to your site free of charge. So where to submit your articles? ezinearticles.com. It's probably the biggest and probably the best. It's completely free to use. That's the Ezine Articles website. Really worthwhile within the next week going back and actually submitting an article to this website. That's how you do it. You register an account with them, you choose your category, you choose your article title, you enter some keywords associated with your article, and enter a summary, a teaser of your article about 2 to 5 sentences long. And you then write your article body and your author bio at the bottom. So if you have a look at the bottom, you can see I've got my author bio here. I've also got a link to my home page and also to another page, I think, within the site as well. You see that one, there's 710 characters left, but roughly 700 words is your optimum length there. Now, a great place to submit to as well is a website called iSnare.com. It's got probably the best online distribution service. It's a paid distribution service. It costs $2 per article to distribute to 40,000 publishers. Now, that's not saying that 40,000 publishers will actually publish your article, but 40,000 publishers will look at your article and determine whether or not to publish it. So it's a great distribution service. You know, if you get a couple of hundred of those publishers publishing your article, that's a fantastic start to your internet marketing campaign. That's the iSnare website, iSnare.com. And submitting your article in a very similar manner there with your title, author, category, and body for the article. Note they've actually got an HTML and a non-HTML version of author bios. That's specific so they can actually target your article towards newsletters that don't accept HTML code within the author bio. So that is a summary of Pillar 8, article submission. Submit 1 article a week. You don't even have to write the articles yourself. You can get other people to write the articles for you. If you do want to write it yourself, surely you can write an article in an hour. Be consistent about it. Submit articles to highly respected industry-specific websites as well as Ezine Articles and iSnare if you can. Basically, if you get picked up by Ezine Articles and iSnare and you get other people publishing your articles, you get people coming back to you to say, look, really like your articles. Can you possibly actually write something specifically for me as well? If you get another industry-specific website that's a lot higher in terms of ranking compared with your own website, then it's really worthwhile publishing there on a regular basis if you get the opportunity to do so. Or at least test doing it for about a month or so. Do 1 a month and see how it goes from there. Which brings us to pillar 9, forum participation. Now, I'd like to talk about industry-specific forums that you can actually form a discussion with other people on, industry-specific blogs, and online groups. Now, to find an industry-specific forum, search for your keyword phrase and forum, and start making a list of forums that relate to your industry. Okay, so what do I mean? Well, let's have a look at Freddie Faldo again and his golf forums that he can possibly be involved with. Again, searching for golf forum, funnily enough, golfforum.com was the first result on Google, I think it was, that I used there. So this is the kind of site that Freddie needs to be involved with on a regular basis. Maybe just once a week, adding a comment to. Now, what's really interesting is if it's not a topic that really involves internet marketing or marketing, then people won't use their signatures at the bottom of each post to contain a link. Now, this is an example of someone's post here, and this is their signature. That is basically automatically displayed at the bottom of every single post that this person makes. Now, this is just information, because it's a golf forum, it's information about his clubs that he uses. But this chap, Freddie, what he might want to do is actually give a link back to his website with a keyword phrase within his signature. So every single time he's actually making a comment on the forum, he's also getting a link back to his website. This has even more power on forums that aren't necessarily technically literate and on forums that don't often use signatures. The less common signatures are in your forum, the higher your click-through rate. Jane Jobs, she's looking for sales forums, for recruitment forums. Here's one here, it's the sales forum, sales discussion board. Again, she can go through exactly the same process. She can post her own comments. She can reply to other people's comments. I'll show you where I post. Forums.digitalpoint.com. That's the website. So I'll show you what my posts actually look like. Again, I've got the picture in there as well. It sometimes helps in terms of getting a little bit more trust, industry trust. So what I'm doing here is I'm quoting someone else further up in this particular post who said you could write articles and include links to your internal pages. So my post is spot on. Easy in Articles works great for this. I always include non-HTML URL, a keyword link to the home page, and a keyword link to an internal page in my author bio. So that's my comment about this particular post. Note, keyword, phrase, links back to 3 different sites that I've got. Now, it's imperative to develop credibility, and forums can help you achieve this. Here is an example of a further comment that someone's made in this forum, and it's someone that's replied to my answer. Now, this person's actually said, excellent advice. This is the way that I've set my author boxes up for some time now, and it works great. So that gives me great credibility myself in that forum. If I keep on posting on that website on an ongoing basis, I'm going to become a real industry expert on this particular forum. Okay, so register and post. Register a profile with a link back to your home page on different forums. Again, once a week. Try doing this once a week. Do it for 10 different forums until you find a forum that you feel comfortable with, that you can be part of their community. Add a signature in your profile and start posting your comments. Test forums. Test 5 to 10 different forums. Find one that you feel home in. Become a resident expert in your chosen forum. It'll give you credibility, and it'll give you a whole lot more links back to your website. Industry-specific blogs. Now, this is part of forum participation as well. What you need to do is find 10 industry-specific blogs that you respect. Go to the website called technorati.com. It's basically a massive blog portal. And what happens with Technorati is lots of blogs automatically ping Technorati and make them aware of the fact that they've posted a new comment on their website. But what Technorati do is they actually list their blog posts according to different tags. Now, if you do a search in Technorati for golf clubs, for instance, you'll find, just by searching for golf clubs in the search box up here in blog posts, you'll find that once every 17 minutes, 21 minutes, once every 3 minutes or so, people actually post a blog somewhere on the internet about golf clubs. Now that's a little bit too much. So what you want to do is actually search for blogs with some authority or a lot of authority. So ideally you want to be commenting on blogs that are well trusted and are older and have more links to their sites, because if you have a comment on those blogs, your website's therefore going to be more respected. So bringing up posts with a lot of authority that contain golf clubs, we see that there's a post 6 hours ago, 9 hours ago. So that's excellent. That's the kind of timescale you're looking for. It means that you can actually go in on a regular basis. Every day you could actually be adding 5 to 10 new comments at the bottom of other blogs, as long as they're relevant, and you can get links back to your websites from that. So for instance, this is the top link that I clicked on here with that particular section, Search and Technorati, and this post is about buying new golf clubs, drivers and putters. So all Freddie would do here is go to the bottom of the article, read the article obviously first, make a comment that's extremely pertinent to the article, add his name, his email address and website, and submit. And wherever he actually submits a comment, his name will actually contain the link back to his website. So that'll give him great search engine optimization. It'll also give him great direct traffic, because people will read the comments, and if they like his comment, they'll go and visit his site. Now, find blogs that you respect and subscribe to their RSS feeds. Remember, I talked about RSS feeds earlier on with regards to your blog. And lots of other blogs are actually giving access to their RSS feeds to the general public, which means you can subscribe to their updates. Look for their RSS feed button, and with Google Reader or another RSS feed service, you can actually subscribe to their updates. It's a great way of actually staying updated with blogs that you love, but also seeing what blog titles are really pertinent to your business, so you can go in there straight away and add a comment if appropriate. Okay, online groups and classifieds. Let's talk about that for a little bit. First of all, Google Groups. Now, this is the Google Groups page. Just groups.google.com is the website address. Now, what you can actually do is search for groups in certain niche industries. For instance, sales jobs. I've entered sales jobs at the top here. So this is searching just Google Groups for sales jobs. Now these are posts that people have made within Google Groups. So we'll have a look at one of these. Sales jobs in Sheffield, UK. So what Jane Jobs can actually do is go in there and add her own post completely free of charge, advertising different sales jobs with a link back to our website. Superb way to get a link from a trusted domain, obviously, google.com, back to her website. She needn't abuse it, but every day, if necessary, if she's got a new sales job, she can post it on Google Groups. Again, she can post it on a website called Craigslist.org, an extremely trusted domain, one of the top 50 websites in the world. Craigslist.com is a list of just about everything. Here we go. Okay, this is Craigslist Edinburgh. Craigslist Edinburgh is a list of practically anything in Edinburgh. If we have a look, personals, housing for sale, jobs. So if we go to sales jobs, we see that within the last month or so, there's only been about 4 posts. That's wonderful for anyone running a sales recruitment company. Surely every single sales job should be posted in there. It gets great traffic to your site, but it also gets great search engine optimization, so there's no excuse for not doing it. That's what the post looks like. Very simple, and it just contains the domain name at the bottom there. Okay, that's forum participation. Industry-specific forums. Get yourself involved with industry-specific forums. Get yourself involved with industry-specific blogs. And get yourself involved with online groups, Google Groups and Craigslist. Which brings us to Pillar 10, viral marketing. Now, can I ask how many people have actually heard the term viral marketing? That's better, isn't it? That's about 6 or 7. So, anyone care to explain what it actually means? Viral marketing it refers to marketing techniques that use pre-existing social networks to produce increases in brand awareness through self-replicating viral processes. You know, a lengthy description, but a really good description there if you just think about it. An example of a really efficient viral marketing campaign is actually Hotmail. Now, back in 98, 99, Hotmail was the email provider that most people had access to. If you actually had an email address, you probably had a Hotmail email address. What did they do to actually deliver one of the most super successful viral marketing campaigns? All they did was they had a little link at the bottom of every single email that went out that said, "Have you got your free Hotmail account yet? If not, get it here." And that's why it's called viral marketing. It spreads like a virus. It's spread by the people themselves and not by an advertising campaign that's delivered directly from a company. Give something great away for free and unleash the power of peer-to-peer recommendation. There are lots of different viral marketing techniques. Social bookmarking, social news sharing, social networking, and peer-to-peer marketing. Okay, let's go into them. Viral marketing platforms. Okay, let's social bookmarking. We'll talk about social bookmarking. There are 4 key social bookmarking sites. Now, Delicious, Furl, Reddit, and StumbleUpon. Social bookmarking is basically a tool to encourage people to actually bookmark their favorite websites online. Traditionally, people have actually kept their bookmarks on their own browser, on Internet Explorer, on Firefox. Now, imagine instead of doing that, if you actually kept it online. Well, that would be good for yourself because you could actually use your bookmarks on any computer easily. But imagine if you also tagged your bookmarks. So you could actually give each bookmarked page a different tag. So if you bookmarked a page about business articles, you could also tag it management advice or management articles as well. So whatever you searched for in the future, it would come up for because you wouldn't necessarily have to remember exactly what you tagged it. Now, a specific advantage about social bookmarking in terms of search engine optimization is that search engines can read these sites. So if you encourage other people to bookmark your website, and indeed not your homepage, not just your homepage, other pages in your site, then that's one way of automatically getting great links from trusted sites back to your own site. So let's have a look at delicious.com. Sorry, the website address is actually del.icio.us. So Delicious. This is an ad bookmark image on the Purple Internet Marketing website. That's it just here. Now, that's an article that I've written. If someone clicks on the bookmarking button, they get this option here. They get the option of actually bookmarking that particular page on their bookmarks, but they get the option of using whichever service that they actually use for social bookmarking. There's so many social bookmarking services out there, it becomes crazy by listing every single service on your site. But if you use this button, this service called addthis.com, and have it on your website, have it in the coding of each article so it automatically appears and detects what page you're on, then what will happen is people will select Delicious, if that's their social bookmarking tool that they use, and the great thing is this site will automatically remember the fact that the person uses Delicious, and from now on just go straight to Delicious. You can then add your own tags, that is, decide what categories you want that particular article to be under, click Save, and then that's that web page saved under their bookmarks. You know, it helps the reader and it helps you. So let's talk about social news sharing now. Social news is the process of allowing users to submit, vote on, and make the news themselves. Now, Digg is by far the most popular social news sharing website. Now, this is always interesting. Can I just ask how many people have actually heard of Digg, please? Okay, that's about a couple of people, really interesting. It's the most popular social news website by far. What you can actually do is submit your own articles or articles of other people. And if you actually scroll down to the bottom, you'll get an option of actually adding your URL, pressing the continue button, mentioning the story title, so you can call it whatever you want, adding a little story description, going down, just confirming you're not a computer, and submitting the story. Now what will happen is they'll say, well, just make sure that it's not a duplication of any other story that's been submitted. Go down to the bottom, confirm that it's not a duplication, and submit your story. And that's you submitting your story to a website that is massively popular. What will happen then is other people will start digging your story, that is voting positively for your story if they like it. If they really like it and it quickly becomes hot property in Digg, if your website actually reaches one of the top stories in Digg for the day, you'll get thousands of unique visitors just from that one Digg story. So it's really worthwhile trialing. So start by digging stories that you like from other sites. The important thing is not just to use it for self-promotion. Be part of the community. So have a look at stories that relate to your industry and put them in your favourites. Dig those stories yourself, just to trial, see how it works, and then go on and submit your own stories after you've dug, say, 5 to 10 other stories. Gain a reputation on Digg first of all. Okay, now let's talk about social networking site. A social networking site is a website that provides a virtual community for people interested in a particular subject just to hang out together. Great example of a social networking site, obviously MySpace. Facebook, Bebo, MyBlogLog. Again, there's thousands of them. These are probably the most popular and most worthwhile to consider initially in terms of internet marketing. Okay, let's have a look at Freddie Faldo's internet marketing on MySpace. Now, this is, of course, myspace.com. What Freddie would do is he'd probably go into myspace.com after creating his basic profile for himself, and then he'd search for golf. And what he'd get is he'd get a list of users that actually have pages on MySpace about golf. You know, he could search for golf clubs perhaps as well if he doesn't get enough results or he wants to be more specific about his search. So this is someone's page on MySpace about golf. Now, all Freddie has to do is click the Add Me button there, and that will add that page to his group of friends. So click Add to Friends. Now, with your friends on MySpace, you can send them a personal message. You can comment on their pages, and you can also send out a bulletin to all of your list of friends. Now, some people on MySpace have thousands of friends, over 100,000 some people have. Now, think of that in terms of marketing power. If they are people that are extremely relevant to your industry sector, that could be a whole business just by itself. Okay, here's a MySpace marketing summary. Sign up for your free account, personalize your page, doesn't take much, doesn't take any specialist knowledge to do that. Look for friends and market to your friends. Really important to actually just try it, give it a go. Again, it's only about an hour a week that would take to actually utilize this. Peer-to-peer marketing. Now, another great way of actually catching up with people relevant to your industry, Flickr. You know, I mean, certainly for Freddie or other outdoor people or other people within your sector that would perhaps take photos of something that revolves around your industry. You know, you can actually, Freddie can go out and take photos of golf courses, create an account on the photo website called Flickr, and get lots of traffic back to his website from that. Giving out free reports, we've already talked about that. You know, your guide to recruiting salespeople. A great form of peer-to-peer marketing. If it's a good report, people will pass this free report along to their friends, so you can actually get free viral marketing. Free software or services. We've talked about talked about WordPress. We've talked about getting text links at the bottom of WordPress. WordPress services, WordPress software that you can actually use as well. YouTube is a fantastic way of actually peer-to-peer marketing. This is the YouTube site. How many people have been on the YouTube site? How many people don't want to admit that they've been on the YouTube site? No. So about half of the people have been on YouTube. Probably most of you have viewed videos but not actually uploaded your own videos. But it's actually a phenomenal way of promoting your business online. If you've got an existing corporate video, or indeed if you actually want to create a quick 5-minute video, either using screen capture software that I can give you advice of if you want, or using your own video camera, you can hold a competition. For example, this website is, this company rather, is a company called TurboTax. And what they do is they've actually hosted a competition on YouTube for people to actually upload videos of them doing a rap about tax. You know, it sounds crazy, you know, but how many thousands of people will actually see these raps, you know, and actually find their website from that? You know, everyone needs to fill out their tax return at the end of the year. So this is a fantastic way of free marketing. Sing your company song. If you search YouTube for this flea market Montgomery, you have to have a look at this video. This video has actually had 848,000 views. What's the power of that in terms of viral marketing? You know, absolutely incredible. You can also have your website address within the YouTube video, so people actually see your website address in that. You can incorporate that within the video. Fantastic. Okay, here we go again. It's brainstorming time. I'd like you to come up with 10 viral ideas for your own business. I've given you a train of thoughts, you know, what you can actually do. The first 2 people to shout out with what they've come up with gets tenner each. What have you got, Claire?
Okay, so our viral marketing ideas, a few of the things that we can give free as marketing are top 10 tips on CV writing.
Okay.
We could do discussions on various teacher union issues.
Okay, good.
Up-to-date classroom management strategies, send out information. We could possibly give out, we're more sure about this, we could give out actual, what's it called, an email address. So such and such at uteachrecruitment.com. I don't know if that's possible.
Oh, so right, okay, so you could give out free email. Brilliant, yeah. Yes, yeah, that's a great one.
We give out discussions on interview techniques. Mm-hmm. We could give out up-to-date UK teaching news based on stuff that comes up in the TES. Okay. We could give out information on pre-employment training days and also backup material on that. So give out information, also organise the days. Give out a newsletter that come out every so often. Give out examples, which is what we're doing, of excellence teaching CVs. So if you're a school or a university, you want to see examples of CVs, we give them out. And then free job alerts, which is kind of what we do anyway. So
excellent stuff. No, that's a great list there. Okay. Hold on. You can actually, as long as you focus on what is more likely for people to pass between each other, that's really the key to viral marketing. If you can actually get someone to pass on information about your business without having to be involved yourself, that's viral marketing in effect. Okay, just a summary here of viral marketing. Social bookmarking, remember, sites like Delicious. Social news sharing. Have a look at dig.com, that's digg.com. Social networking, that's sites like MySpace. And peer-to-peer marketing, that's really encouraging people to actually pass on good information, free reports, free software, anything free, but really good stuff about your company between each other. That will encourage you to actually build your brand awareness over the longer term. Which brings us to pillar number 11, and that's visitor analysis. Now, visitor analysis is an essential part of internet marketing, just like analysis is an essential part of marketing. You need to know where your visitors come from. what browsers they actually use. Did you know that Firefox users are more likely to be more technically competent than Internet Explorer users? You've got Safari, you know, which is an Apple browser, and they're more likely to be designers. So the browser can determine your type of visitors that you actually get. How long do your visitors stay for? Do your visitors come back? And can you improve your conversion rates to your visitors that actually find you? Okay, so which URLs, which website addresses are the most common of the links that actually send traffic to your website? How did this link occur? Did it occur naturally, or did you actually go out and actively get this link? Did you buy this link? And why are people clicking on this particular link? What's the position on the web page? 80% of people use Internet Explorer, 15% of people use Firefox. Make sure you have a look at your website through these two different browsers at least. Your website has to look decent to users through different browsers. How long do they stay? Measure the length of time that your users spend on each individual page, which pages they actually visit, what other entry pages do they actually come to your site and visit you in your homepage, or ideally what you want is like hundreds of different pages in your website and people finding you through search engines through different pages in your website. Then you won't be overly reliant on just your homepage being ranked highly in search engines.
An extremely important point there. Also, exit pages. Where people are leaving your website from. Why are they leaving your website? You can determine that a little bit more by analysing the exit page. Do your visitors come back for more? What percentage are new visitors? What percentage are returning visitors? Part of this will depend on your actual business model. If your business model is to simply capture name and email address and just have a one page, of course it doesn't matter if there are that many returning visitors. Big website, really information heavy, encourages people to come back. You need to increase over time your percentage of returning visitors. If that isn't happening, you've got to question why. Improve your conversion rate. The more leads, email opt-ins. More leads, more email opt-ins. Basically what I mean by that is you'll have hundreds of people that hopefully subscribe to your autoresponder service. You'll actually receive opt-ins, double opt-ins.
But what that will mean over time is it'll improve your product purchase rate. If you communicate with them on a regular basis, it'll increase your ability to actually sell to people. The longer people are actually on your list, the more often you'll be able to sell to them, the more likely you'll be able to sell to them. So improve your list, improve your communication with your list, you'll improve your conversion rate there. It'll get you more sales in the long term. Okay, profile your visitors. Establish similarities between those who choose to opt and receive your free reports. Can you improve your marketing if you analyse who are actually opting in? Which countries do they come from? You can probably get more pertinent information from your autoresponder. You know, what browser are they on? What location specifically are they on? How long do they spend on your website? You can get all this free information. How can you pinpoint your future internet marketing to target this market segment more closely? You can always improve your targeting, and you should always intend to do so. Now, you can get statistical reports from your own server, but that's probably not the best place to get them from. You can also get them from StatCounter. That's a free service, not so commonly used now, but a good website to have a look at if you don't want to use Google Analytics, that I'm going to talk about in a second. You can also use something called Stuffed Tracker, which is basically a paid version of the Google Analytics service. That's the Stuffed Tracker website. And Google Analytics that I've mentioned already, of course. Now that's the Google Analytics website. It's google.com/analytics. Completely free service for giving you lots of great information about your visitors. You know, about where they're coming from, what keyword phrases they're actually using to find your site, and lots more information apart from that. You know, sign up for that free service. The only reason that you wouldn't want to do so if you don't, for some reason, want to give all your information to Google. That's up to you to choose. But with that, obviously, you can use unique visitors and page views as something you can actually analyze. That's having a look at the website buildyourownbusiness.biz. Now, that's my statistics over the last few months. We see we start out round about 100 unique visitors a day and go up to roughly about 200 unique visitors a day. But you can measure individual page views, you can measure unique visitors, you can also see what percentage are new visitors, returning visitors. That's a summary of where the visitors come from. See, I'm getting roughly 45% of the visitors coming from google.com, you know, which may be good, may be bad, just depending how you view it. You can see geographically where your readers actually come from. So do you have a business that's just targeting people in the UK, and are you getting thousands of people from the US that you can't actually use? You know, make sure that your geo-targeting is really focusing on the right areas. You can have a look at keyword phrases used to find your website. Now, for, again, this website, buildyourownbusiness.biz, number one keyword phrase over the last month or so, I believe, is business articles. We see we've got 1,400 unique visitors just from typing in that phrase. So that search engine optimization is certainly working there. But we've also got people that search for the brand name and individual author names as well. Business podcast, international business articles, operations management articles. So all those other long tail keyword phrases are really working well. And that's why it's important not just to go for the one big keyword phrase. You can get more traffic by concentrating on lots of long keyword phrases, and probably even better traffic as well. Okay, so here's some more long tail keyword phrases. People have found the site using unique selling points, how to create your own business, e-business articles, employee motivation articles, employee motivation, starting your own business. There are literally thousands of keyword phrases that people have actually typed in to find this site. And that's really what you want, because if some reason search engines choose not to rank your homepage, you've got lots of other pages that people can actually find your site through. Okay, so here's having a look at the landing page. So you've still got lots of people finding it through the home page, but you've got operations management articles, business ethics articles, entrepreneur articles. You're getting roughly 160 people I think this is every couple of months actually, finding the website through those particular pages instead of the home page. So really worthwhile extending your marketing to other pages apart from your home page. Okay, pages viewed per visit. Now, you can analyze how many people actually stay on and just view one page, 2 pages, 3 pages. Some people have viewed 20 pages, you know, but it's really interesting, and it will actually determine how you go about marketing to people in the future. If you find that people are viewing on average maybe 3 or 4 pages, then you can afford to actually have quite a bit of different information on different pages on your site. Okay, that's pillar 11, visitor analysis. Where do your visitors come from? What browsers do your visitors use? How long do your visitors stay? Do you know if your visitors are coming back or actually just finding you for once and just not coming back at all? And can you improve your conversion? So, you know, really important information to analyze and act on. Which brings us on to pillar 12, continuous content. Now, continuous content is an imperative part of keeping you up there in the search engines. You don't have to have loads of content to actually get there, but in terms of staying there, you need regular updates to your website. Fresh information is more relevant to search engines. Good new content also automatically generates links to your website. If you put a great new article up, people like it, people will link to that article organically, automatically. Remember to integrate blog technology for effective distribution. Basically means for every new post, every new page in your website, you're getting automatic marketing going on there. Google loves new content. If you add a new page of relevant quality content to your website every week, then search engines will consider you an authority in your topic. They'll keep you up there. They'll keep you up there in the top 10 of exactly where you want to be. Quality, not quantity. 1 page of quality content is better than 5 pages of average content. And 1 page of quality content is infinitely better than 50 pages of poor content. Focus on, yeah, absolutely getting 1 page up there a week, but don't think, well, if I get 10 a day up there, then that's going to be, you know, it's so much better for me. Not necessarily. It needs to be very relevant. Use your keywords, make it really readable, and make it reader-friendly as well as search engine friendly. Now, what you can actually do if you're struggling to actually come up with the content yourself is outsource it. Now, it doesn't have to be necessarily getting someone within your own company to do it. You can get someone from another country entirely to do it, and perhaps at a completely cheaper rate, you know, so really worthwhile doing that. Here's a website called elance.com. Now, Elance is a great place to find website designers, but also writers, programmers, business consulting. You can outsource lots of tasks. It's really good to outsource individual tasks instead of whole projects sometimes, because you can manage that task a lot more cleanly. So this is doing it on elance.com. There's a list of the projects available in copywriting. You see there are 27 projects open for bidding. You can actually post a project free of charge here. So say exactly what you're looking for. People will actually bid for your project. So that's an example of a project. Killer sales copy, 3-step letter campaign. That's what someone's looking for. Another website, probably even more used than Elance actually, is Guru.com. Guru.com have even a wider selection of different things that you can actually outsource, including cartooning, engineering, just about everything. Anything that you actually want done, you can outsource it if you want to do so. Really worthwhile trialing. Again, trial it once. See how it works with your business. If you can manage it effectively and make it work for you, then you will get a lot more of the things that you're good at accomplished, because you won't be wasting your time doing things that, you know, you could actually better employ someone else to do. Anyway, this is Guru.com. For example, having a look at book writing, editing. Just all you have to do is post your project, post the title of your project, post the exact details about your project, post roughly how much you're actually looking to get someone to bid, i.e. $200 plus, $300 plus. It's usually in US dollars. Here's a final example of one. Now, this is actually dealing with people directly. Guru.com and Elance.com is dealing with a third party, so they'll kind of manage the process a little bit for you. This is dealing with people directly and finding people directly. Forums.digitalpoint.com. I've used this quite a bit in the past. So go to that website, click on Buy, Sell or Trade, click on Services, and then click on Content Creation. So that's a good way to find people that would actually just write content for you. You can get good English speakers in lots of different countries around the world. You know, really worthwhile trialing 1 or 2 articles. Get someone to write maybe 5 articles for you. Even if you actually have to amend them slightly yourself, then think of how much time it would actually save you in not having to come up with a concept to begin with. If you can actually just spend 5 minutes in each article just getting it right, but only spending perhaps as little as $5 per article, it would actually be really worthwhile to do so. Now, here's an example of the page on Digital Point. You know, people looking for writer, people actually looking for Craigslist poster. Remember I talked about groups and Craigslist and posting your business on there. You can actually get someone to post something about your business on Craigslist, you know, and get someone to do that every day for you. You don't have to be doing that kind of work yourself. Okay, so that's continuous content. You know, something on your website, links to your homepage, new content all the time. If linking is queen, content's king. Fresh information is more relevance. Good new content automatically generate links, and remember to integrate blog technology for effective distribution. Which brings us on to final pillar, pillar 13, the evolving web. Now, The internet, really just kick-started, roughly mid-90s or so. And, until 2004, it's known by a few people as Web 1.0. But, 2004 onwards, there was the spread of social networking, of real interactive websites, and that's been termed Web 2.0 by some people. When's Web 3.0 going to start, and when's it going to finish, and what's it going to actually involve? What you need to do as someone who wants to embrace internet marketing is actually just keep your ear out in terms of what's happening, what's likely going to be the future trends, what are the new forms of marketing in the future. There are lots of places that you can, blogs that you can actually subscribe to, RSS feeds, just to see what's going to likely impact internet marketing in the future. This chap, Bart Deckram, founder and former CEO of Flock, calls the Web 2.0 the participatory web and regards web as information source as Web 1.0. So it's a lot more interactive now. That's why you need to have blogs. That's why you need to have comments at the end of articles. That's why you need to appear in forums and be involved yourself and not just have a static web page anymore. Okay, Web 1.0 examples. You've got, big directories that, were like the Open Directory Project, Yahoo. Some people might remember Boo.com, a massive launch, back in 99, I think it was, when, people, really. It was the first web bubble, and people really tried to go for retail online. Boo.com was just selling people clothes and kind of fashion items, sporty items online. Kind of one of the reasons why it didn't quite work out was basically because it was too technology heavy and relied on people having a bigger kind of broadband type connection when it wasn't so common back then. But Boo.com is an example of a Web 1.0 site where you're just retailing to someone. If you actually want to get people involved and form your own community yourself, that's Web 2.0. Okay, Web 2.0 examples: MySpace, Flickr, photo sharing, Delicious, bookmarking sharing, and Dig news sharing. So what next? So you need to actually keep aware of new marketing opportunities. We've already covered this, but it's an imperative part of your future internet marketing strategy. Okay, so no one knows where it's going to end. How will it further evolve? Just keep an ear out of what's happening in the future, because it really will positively impact your business in the future. What I'd like to give now is a summary of the 13 pillars of internet marketing, just to provide you with an overview of what we've covered today. Starting off with Pillar 1, website design. Remember, talked about behind-the-scenes coding, just basic coding that you need to understand just to maximize the effect of your own individual website. You need to improve the on-site optimization, talking about the heading tags, the title tags, and the precise relevance of each individual page, and then analyze different conversion rates. Okay, Pillar 2, keyword research. You need to brainstorm your keyword categories for your business. Go for the long tail and have keyword phrases targeted for each individual pages on your site. Pillar 3, blog technology. You need to be comfortable with what a blog actually is, So have a look at the notes there, go back and research WordPress, have a look at Blogger, start a Blogger account if necessary as well. Have a look into blog pinging, the different services that you can actually ping automatically from WordPress to tell people that you've made a post. And have a little think about RSS feeds. How can you actually encourage people to stay in touch with the new content in your website? RSS feed is one of the ways to do it, certainly. Pillar 4, autoresponders. Give people an incentive to join your list. Give people something free. A top 10 list. You can actually put together a list in a day. I'm sure you've probably got something together in your business already that you can use. Build relationships with people. It takes a few contacts. Email people through your autoresponder. It'll be automatic. It'll be personalized. And you'll form that relationship quickly with people, and it'll give you a much more likely chance of making a sale in the future. Pillar 5, paid advertising. Make sure you experiment with this. To begin with, you've got to get directory listings. Try sponsoring a site. If you see a site that's got a sponsorship opportunity, a great way of actually promoting your website. Text link purchasing, only as part of an existing internet marketing strategy, and pay-per-click advertising, a really good way to start paid advertising to begin with. Pillar 6, press releases. PRweb.com, try doing a press release on that service. Use the $80 service, SourceWire, All Media Scotland. Use pressbox.co.uk as well. Use a local PR firm if you've got one, if you've got a relationship with one, but try and build your own personal relationships within industry bodies, within lots of different people could actually benefit you in the future if you make contacts with them today. Pillar 7, link building. Get your links in general directories, industry directories, local directories and related sites. Remember, use Google to actually search for specific industry directories. What you can do is you can search for your keyword phrase add URL, your keyword phrase add site, to find sites that are specifically actually looking to actually feature websites like your own. Pillar 8, article submission. Submit one article a week. Be consistent. Use Easing Articles, use iSnare, those two websites to begin with. Offer to submit articles to other highly respected industry-specific websites as well. Pillar 9, forum participation. Industry-specific forums, industry-specific blogs and online groups. Be interactive with your approach. Pillar 10, viral marketing. Social bookmarking, social news sharing, social networking and peer-to-peer marketing. Pillar 11, visitor analysis. There's absolutely no point in spending lots of time, lots of money in your internet marketing if you're not being as efficient as possible. So analyse where your visitors are coming from, analyse how you can actually improve your marketing and make sure you take action to actually improve it. Pillar 12, continuous content. Use blog technology, but get a new article, get a new web page up on your site just once a week. Once you actually get it as part of your strategy, again, half an hour a week. If you've got someone else writing the content for you, it needn't be that long. And Pillar 13, just keep an eye out what's happening in the future. What new site is suddenly going to impact your industry that you could really embrace in terms of your internet marketing. Okay, so what can you walk away today doing? Well, I'd like to give you 5 action steps that you can actually do, hopefully within the next couple of weeks, to improve your own internet marketing. Well, the 13 pillars, I know there's an awful lot of information that I've covered there. Apologise for it being so much information, but again, I wanted to give you an awful lot of information to take away with. The key is to get started as soon as possible, do something consistently. So first of all, begin with the end in mind. Don't start designing your website unless you know what it's for. What are you actually wanting to achieve from your website? Are you wanting to simply get someone to actually receive your free report by getting their email address and their name, and then you can actually put them in your autoresponder funnel from there? Or is your long-term plan something entirely different? So what's your long-term plan for each visitor? Number 2, check your on-site SEO. Make sure your titles, headings, content and navigation are keyword rich and keyword friendly. That is imperative to start off with. Number 3, are you intending to add new content to your site on a regular basis? I hope so. I hope at least one article a week. If so, make sure you use blog technology. You can actually use that along with your existing website. If you've got an existing website, you can upload a blog to a folder within that website and publish new content on that blog. You can have the blog looking exactly like your existing website. And number 4, add a link to your site in a relevant directory or forum at least once a week. Just put it as part of your schedule. Once a week, email 5 to 10 people that have websites that should be interested in looking to your site and tell them why you like their site and why you'd like them to link to you. If you do that once a week, you'll get at least 1 or 2 people out of those 10 taking you up on it and actually linking to your site. And number 5, test a new form of internet marketing every week. Measure the impact. If it works, continue to do it. I'm not telling everyone to use YouTube, use MySpace, use absolutely everything that I've talked about. Use things that you think are likely to be pertinent for your own business initially, and just test something new every week. If you actually put half a day aside every week to your internet marketing, or get someone within your business to focus on that half a day a week, if you do that consistently for a year, the results longer term could be phenomenal. Okay, to conclude, it's impossible to review every possible way of marketing your business online. You know, your time's obviously valuable, but the 13 pillars will help you stay focused. Try not to go off on a tangent and think, well, that website would be a great website to spend all my internet marketing budget on. There's so much you can actually do. Try and analyze things like Google PageRank and Alexa Rank before you go off and pay for links on certain sites. But make sure you have an overall strategy and lots of different things. Then again, if search engines rank you negatively for some reason, you'll have lots of other ways of getting visitors in the future. Okay, well that is the 13 pillars of internet marketing. Thank you. We'll have a couple of questions. Sorry, was it Mike there?
Yeah, thanks. If you only had a limited amount of time, which of all these tools would you recommend as the most efficient if your time was limited?
Right, okay. It, to a certain degree, depends on your business sector. If you're talking about more professional services business, you're probably talking about definitely having a blog yourself, having your own blog. You're talking about pinging that blog automatically to services that are specific to that particular business. If you're talking about perhaps product or service that you could aim at a younger audience that might not necessarily be business-led, so you're a business or consumer you're talking about, you're probably talking about MySpace advertising is a great way to start out. So it depends on your business.
On the paid advertising side, how much money should you be setting aside if you are going to be taking one of those things? Okay. Are you talking about 100 or 200?
Paid advertising, basically, what I would start off with doing is actually testing Google AdWords to begin with. Google AdWords, what I would do is simply set aside a budget of something like $5 US a day, and go to begin with for something like 20 cents per click. Now, in the Google AdWords back office, what you actually do is you'll be given a position of where your advert appears. You'll probably be better off aiming at something like between the third and fourth. The top two adverts generally fight between themselves to actually get best position, and it's not necessarily going to be best return for your investment to actually go for that position. So if you go for position 3 or 4, and then it's a case of seeing if you can get position 3 or 4 for 20 cents per click. If you can't, upping your cost per click slightly. Then what you need to do is really analyze, how you're doing in terms of conversion rates. You're obviously, for say $5 a day at 20 cents per click, you're getting 25 unique visitors a day from that. What you need to do then is actually see how many additional visitors you're getting on your website and how you're actually going to make money from them. Are they registering with you? Are you going to be able to sell from them directly? Can you make money from them to justify the $5 a day investment? If you can do, then you need to roll it out further, increase your investment in Google AdWords to as much as people will actually, to as much as you can spend, or as much visitors as you can actually get. The next step would be possibly to actually use something like text link ads, to actually purchase text link ads. Now, text link ads tend to be something like between $20 and $100 per month, actually, for a site to buy text link ads on. Then you want to invest in directory listings as well. But start off with Google AdWords and do it that way. Hi.
What about your keywords? Certain keywords for the services offer. The services offer are called different in every different company you go to. Like the industry we're based in is like SMT, some of the people call SMB, some people call chip on board. How do you counter for all the different combinations of the phrase words? How do you combat for language if it's a corporate site as well?
Okay, well, the first part, if you actually focus on a small part of your keyword phrase to begin with, and put it into that free freekeywords.wordtracker.com, I think is the website address. You put it into there, and they'll give you different keyword suggestions based on that category. That's what I meant by having keyword categories and also having keyword phrases. So within, sorry, what was the first example you gave of?
SMT, which is like surface mount technology, but also people call it SMD,
okay.
chip on board.
Okay.
Languages, then it's got
okay. Well, you'd first of all search Word Tracker for SMT and see how many people kind of actually type that in a month. If it was quite a few, and if your results were relevant, then you'd perhaps type in SMT technology as well to actually see how many people typed in that phrase. So it's just a case of manually building up, typing in SMD. Now, in terms of different languages, that's kind of not a dissimilar way to do it. What you'd need to do is actually be aware of the keyword phrases that people are likely to type in for that particular language. But it's a case of manually going through that tool, Word Tracker, and just coming up with everything. And what you need is, a list of something like at least 10 keyword categories and 10 keyword phrases within each category. So you want your ideal keyword categories to begin with, and then work up from there.
You want to put the same reception for each language as well?
Yes, ideally. Well, I mean, the way you structure your site, ideally you want your domain name / France, and then / your page within that. So your search engines will understand that, your different language is part of that, and be more likely to rank that page higher in foreign language search engines.
Can you recommend any content management systems that are off the shelf that you could start to create a site on so that you're in control of the content? Yeah,
honestly, WordPress.org is a fantastic content management system. It's completely free. It's a blog, absolutely. But the thing about blogs is a lot of people think a blog, blog's just an online diary. A blog is basically technology that you can use to run your website with. Now, you can have a website that just looks like a normal website, but is a blog, and has RSS feeds integrated with it, and content management, and blog posts, rather, just at the very bottom of that, but use WordPress as a content management tool. Now, you don't have to do it yourself. You can get website designers to do that for you, and you can certainly use sites like Guru.com, Elance.com to find people, or use decent local people to actually design, a blog run website for you, and you shouldn't, be paying, any more than, say, £500 to £1,000 max for a really, really decent website with website technology built into it. Okay. Any other ones at all? Are we just about there? Hi there.
You see, when you talked about social networking on Facebook, Bebo, MySpace, that type of thing.
Yes.
Are you actually allowed to advertise your business?
Yes, absolutely. Now, you've got to be, a little bit clever about it, and obviously it's all about how you come across. But that's more from a marketing angle. Now, what people, in general, in the past, it's been a lot of, maybe 16 to 30-year-olds that go on those kind of sites. But more and more, it's corporate people using those sites. But again, it's a very personal website. So it will be more along the lines of, hi, if I found this great thing I thought might have been used to you, But you want to keep in contact with people and build a relationship with people by recommending other useful tools apart from your own website as well, possibly. Then you'll evolve the relationship quickly, and then you can actually add up to something like 50 friends a day onto your MySpace account and other accounts. You don't actually have to do that manually. There are pieces of software that you can get to do that. You can just research that in Google. Again, that's a little bit grey in terms of kind of a MySpace policy and things like that. But in general, just do things that are a little bit sensible and have a think about whether or not you think that it's ethical and appropriate to do it. But there's no specifics about not being able to market business and that. No. Hello.
Are there any tips on how to get on Demos?
Tips on how to get to Demos, absolutely, yeah. It's a nightmare to get onto it. Demos is basically the Open Directory project. So it's a massive list of lots of websites around the world. Now, what a lot of people do, which is quite effective, is actually create a section within your own website that offers great free information about something very specific that relates to a category within Demos. So if you create an index page about business legal mistakes, or if there's a category within Demos saying business legal advice, then you'll create a section on your website saying business legal advice, top 10 biggest mistakes for free information, and you have that in 10 different pages that can be found via that page. And what you can do is create that as an index page within your website, and as a semi-homepage within your site, and submit that page to Demos, and you'll probably be more likely to get listed. You take one more? If there is one more.
You touched on domain names such as .org and people having a perception of such domain names, being like a charity organisation. Is there any sort of advice or view you have on, say, using a .com rather than a .co.uk or now the .eu?
Yes, absolutely. It depends on where your target market is. If your business offers products or services for people in the UK, your number one choice should be a .co.uk. Ideally, you should also own the .com and forward to that address. If the .com's already used, if you're just starting your business, or you're actually, considering changing your brand name, you should possibly consider choosing a domain name that's free on both .co.uk and .com. At the same, .eu, I would again forward to .co.uk and have your .com forwarding to .co.uk. If it's a global business, then ideally you want your .com, but have your other domains forwarded to that. I would only go for .org or .net if your business was specifically, charitable or, some kind of online web design services, but ideally .com global, .co.uk UK. And probably not .eu, but if you just want to brand yourself as a European business, then maybe do that, yes. Okay, well, thank you very much. I'm sorry there's so much information there. Hopefully you can go away with, a little bit of something that you can actually, do for your own businesses.
Hello, my name's Stuart McDonald. I'm from Retronics Limited. We're a company that do repair of SMD boards.
My name's Claire Stafford. I work for UTeach Recruitment and I'm a recruitment manager.
Hi, my name is Mike Wilson. I'm with a media website called All Media Scotland.
Hi, my name's Robin Carlisle. I'm the director and founder of FighterCorner.com.
Hi, my name's Gary Crawford. I'm Managing Director of Crawford Creations Web Design.
Hi there, my name's Simon Morris. I just attended this seminar. I found it very beneficial and enjoyable.
I've just attended the seminar, thought it was absolutely superb. 3 hours just flew by.
I really enjoyed the seminar today. I found it really well structured. I learned so much about internet, websites, everything.
I found the seminar today absolutely first class, particularly for anybody like me whose business revolves around a website and the development of it.
What I think I found most useful was the advice as to how to go on and do the internet marketing. For instance, advice about which websites might be worth using.
From my point, it was interesting to hear all the things that I should know and should always put in place for all my clients, but it's always good to be refreshed and see what's happening with the most up-to-date and latest technology.
It was a very valuable course, I felt, and I'll be going back to my company and asking who's in charge of my internet marketing and what can be done to help improve it.
I think it's fairly self-evident. If you haven't actually attended the seminar, you should somehow get your hands on the seminar, and if the video is the next best thing, then buy it.
I think it's very important for all web designers and anyone in search engine optimization out there to go out and get the video and keep up to date with what's happening in the field just now.
I think people should buy the video because it is very technical, gives lots of hands-on information, and also gives you a lot of motivation to go out and learn more about web optimization. And all in all, it was an excellent seminar.
I would strongly recommend anybody to get the video.
I would definitely recommend buying the videos, as I think they could certainly grow your business.